And it is tea time.
Afternoon tea in Penang.
Right.
Are these from Malaysia? Is that like a Malaysian?
Yeah, this is our local snack. This is the lemon, sweet of lemon. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Something. You can try it. Yeah.
We got some delicious snacks. Well, you look delicious.
Spit it everywhere. I can't get it there. It's too low.
So that counts. It's good.
Hey. Thank you. Oh, this is what was going on. It's a party over here.
Hello!
Hey!
My name is Jack. Obama is my idol.
Oh, Obama.
When you see Obama, Jack Obama, then he is a speaker, everybody is Obama.
What about Donald Trump? Oh.
The best spring rolls today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. What did you get again?
It's charcoal fried rice. Nice little lap. It was cold at first, but it's a nice temperature. And just like that, 2 days here at the Edison is over. It's been awesome. Everybody here was so friendly. We felt like we were at home.
I don't want to leave.
But we never want to leave when we come to awesome places like this. And then we have to go back to the hostel. The bed was so comfortable.
Goodbye, room.
Everybody here was awesome.
Tell everyone to say bye.
Hey guys.
Thank you.
Charles, take care.
Goodbye, home. Home away from home.
Hey, take care. So last night, they have like a pre-dinner wine and some cheese and some nuts.
We had tea time too.
Oh yeah.
So first we had breakfast, then we had tea time at 3 o'clock, then we had wine tasting at 6 o'clock.
It's all inclusive. That lounge area that has all the snacks and drinks and coffees, all that stuff is open 24 hours and you have access to it. So if you get hungry, go down there and get a bite to eat. So that's really awesome.
Yeah.
When we were coming here, everyone just told us about all the delicious food, but now we realize there's so many other things also here to see. So we're gonna try and squeeze all of that in before we leave and show you guys. And then hopefully we'll bring you down to some of these awesome little back streets. We learned so much about the history with all of the streets and just the community here in Penang. So we'll let you guys all in on that when we go explore a little bit more later this afternoon.
Darling, won't Won't you stay? Won't you stay? Our love will never change, stays the same.
Oh, it's just like the Edison, pretty much.
Oh, totally.
How do you feel about the Edison, Amanda?
It's awesome.
We're gonna go explore now and we'll get some food. Eugene told us about this place. Supposed to have the best char siu, according to him. Basically what char siu is, it's a piece of barbecue pork that's been glazed over with like a sweet seasoning, and the ends, like the end bits, have been charred and they're really crunchy. They're delicious. We ate it so many times in KL down in Lot 10.
It's my favorite.
So we're gonna go find that. We'll see you guys when we get some char siu. We went to the char siu place, which wasn't open.
Then we went to well, we thought we were going to a bakery, but couldn't find it.
One of the kind of frustrating things here in Penang is that the places seem to have weird hours. The shops or the places you go to eat, the little cafes, they close for like a couple hours and maybe they open back up at night. So we're trying to go out and get dinner. It's 4:30 and then places are closing or closed.
And the same thing happened yesterday. We walked all the way to this cafe and showed up and it was closed.
Luckily there's tons of spots to go eat. Everyone always says, don't worry about trying to get the best of anything or everything, because pretty much anywhere you go, it's gonna be good food. So while we're walking, we'll give you guys a little bit of information that we got regarding the Edison Hotel. It kind of has like a colorful background and a lot of history.
Yes.
So let's start with Penang is a state in Malaysia. Where we are in Penang is Georgetown, which is actually listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And it was colonized by the British at one point, which is why it has a lot of this kind of British architecture and a kind of a British colonial feel.
So the Edison was built in 1906 and it was owned by a very wealthy Chinese tycoon, and he made rooms for each of his sons and like
his
nephews,
kids, his grandchildren, his whole family.
Just everyone. And each kid had a designated nanny. It's insane. And then when he passed away, one of the sons or grandsons, he took over, but he had a gambling problem and lost it on a bet.
The mob took it, and then it turned into an opium den. Basically in the back, kind of by the pool where we were swimming, that's where they said a lot of the opium was stored.
At some point it became a brothel, and where the swimming pool was is where the prostitutes were, I guess, their housing quarters. He said that the wives would come looking for their husbands.
Or police.
Or police, yes. Would come looking for them, and there was like an escape route, and they had like this whole system. There was like a warning light to inform them to run, to escape.
Basically they had a back route to an alley in the back, so police came, wives came, they could just run away and not get caught. Yeah, so this mansion, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, has a lot of history, and it kind of shows you the history of Penang. I mean, not necessarily, I mean, kind of the bad stuff, but it's character, it's growth, it's just what the city has been through.
And they did such an amazing job at preserving the building, and because it is a UNESCO site, they had a lot of regulations, and like to build that pool, they went through so much just to like build it up and not damage the building and the surface area. It's just incredible.
Hey. People are like kind of confused why we're talking to the camera.
They think we're famous.
This little alleyway is full of people. We don't know, if there's a lot of people, it's usually a good sign, right? Okay, I'm gonna try the fried oyster. Can I get one?
Mark's waiting for his oysters. I'm not a big oyster person, so I'm gonna come check out what they've got over here. And everyone's gonna stare at me. Okay, that was a little too busy for me. And it seemed like everyone was just eating bread. So I'll just come back over here and see if they have something else. I got a Nescafe. What did you get?
I got this thing called a Milo, which is kind of like a chocolatey shake, I think. Ooh, it's cocoa.
I got bihun with pork and prawns and vegetables.
So one thing we've noticed here in Penang, also in I guess in Malaysia kind of in general, is that when you come to these like hawkers and these type of restaurants, it's kind of like no messing around. You go up, you go in, a lot of times they'll just hand you the menu, but they don't really expect you to look at it. They just expect you to already know. Same when you come up to these hawker stands, they're just like, okay, what do you want? How are you doing?
Mine's delicious. It's like not too greasy, not fishy. Perfect. So that was one of my favorite dishes that I've had in Penang so far.
I want to show you guys something. So you see that restaurant that's serving people? That's where we were earlier. We were trying to eat here and this place was closed.
It must have opened at 5.
We could still get some.
Yeah, we could share.
Okay, so maybe we'll try some char siu.
I want to compare it to roast ducking in Lot 10.
That is what we're gonna get.
It's not winning the beauty competition. Here we go. I like the rice better at the other place, but I think I like the meat better here. Could use a little more sauce.
Don't crucify me. This is probably treacherous, but I think I like the roast duck king. It's just a little sweeter and it's more crispy. This is still good. The reason this stuff is so good is because it has like a layer of fat around the meat, and that is like where all the flavor is. But right here, these are the pieces I was talking about. Nice crispy pieces that are good. The vegetables are delicious, so they're in like a sweet kind of sauce. And the soup is all right, but it does have meat in it, so that's a plus. And then I had to get another coffee.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
We are on Love Lane, and back here there's a bunch of bars actually, so it's kind of a happening part of town, it looks like.
This lane was where I can't do this because everyone's staring at me.
Okay, so Amanda's wussing out because there's too many people around. But anyways, what we were told is this Love Lane is named that because the rich Chinese men in this area put their mistresses, they lived here on this street. Yeah, basically it was their home away from home. We were told that these men would have dinner with their legitimate family, and then later they would go off and have supper with their other family, I guess. This street is called, well, it's not the official name, but it's called Harmony Road or Harmony Street, and it's because of places like this. St. George's Church, there's a mosque, a temple. This is Kwan Im Tang Temple. Right across the street is another Indian temple. Amanda's going to attempt to say the name of that Indian temple.
Please forgive me. Sri Varasiti Vinayar. Varasiti Vinayar. Closer than before. Thank you.
Okay, now how do you say this one?
Sri Mahamariamman. Alright guys, we are back in the Airbnb. Hope you enjoyed our little tour around Penang. Tomorrow we're going to be headed to another hotel, and I think we're going to go try some weird funky food that we've never had before. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments below and subscribe if you're not already. A beautiful BC. Mark? You have to say what you should be.
Well, you should be.
Alright, bye! Okay guys, it is 11:30. I know I said I was going to end it, but Mark It's a little sicky poo. We both fell asleep relatively early. All of a sudden, Mark kind of woke up in a hurry and he was taking forever. I could hear him spitting. I was like, oh no, someone is throwing up. And yeah, he's not feeling so well. Hoping it's like a quick bug and it goes away because we're supposed to go to the hotel, the museum hotel tomorrow. Let's cross our fingers, everything's okay with him. I'll let you guys know if anything else happens or changes.